Hello everybody, my name's Amy. I go by Fiber Arts Amy here and on Instagram. Today is Monday, November 11th, 2024. Sorry, distracted already. So earlier today I posted a video about the new chatelaine water garden style that Maggie Kitschy Whips and I are hosting starting January 1st. If I'm not going to talk about that here because I just did it earlier today. There's a short video where I kind of go into it all. But if you're interested in a chatelaine style, check that out. We'd love to have you join us. At some point, hopefully this week, I'm going to film like a regular Flosstube. What I'm going to do today is just like deep dive into Teresa Wentzler. I have so much Teresa Wentzler like in front of me and in my lap. My dog can hear me floss tubing and she's coming and she's going to be upset that her spot's taken by stacks of Teresa Wentzler. Lay down. Can you jump up here and lay down in the back? Come up here. Can you go up there? Yes, good girl. That's Freya, in case you don't know her. Okay, so she's so little you can't even see she's back there, but she's there. I have definitely, so eventually I'm going to do a video that's just like my stitching. And I started a bunch of stuff at the retreat, so I'll talk about the retreat and show stitching and some plans and stuff when I do that video. But this video is going to be all about Teresa Wentzler. I have been in a big old Teresa Wentzler mood lately. I've definitely been feeling my more complicated, more like complex projects more. But also I've started a bunch of Teresa Wentzlers. But also I need to kind of get organized. I've had fun starting a bunch, but there's just too much out. I did this with my chatelaines recently. What I want to do is go through everything and I'm gonna pack most of them away, like easy to get to, but like away, like not out in my stitchy spot. Oh, I just realized I left some upstairs. It's fine. This is what's gonna happen because you guys know I have hundreds of WIPs. There's no way they're all here, but most of them are here. So I've made a storage bin just for Teresa Wentzlers. I'm going to put most of them in that storage bin. And I'm just going to try to keep out maybe the 2 or 3 that I want most to work on, like that are like the most current WIPs. I can still easily go get the others if I'm really in the mood to work on a different one. But that way I have the things that I want to make the most progress on more present. Now my stitchy bug has been actually pretty toast since the retreat, unfortunately. So I haven't worked on my Princess and the Dragon since before the retreat, but hopefully I'm going to get back to that. My kids have to day in tomorrow off of school. So no Teresa Wentzler for me for a couple of days, but maybe Wednesday. Oh, chatelaine Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Anyway, so I'm going to go through my WIPs first of all. Some of them might just be like kitted projects that like everything's ready to go. I'm trying to think. I know not everything's here. Most of it's here. I do have a couple projects that stay at my cabin, a couple of Teresa Wentzlers, so I know they're not here, and I can think of one, I think that's upstairs, and I'm not going to go get it. But I'm going to show my WIPs. And then I also, as I have so many books and pamphlets and kits and all kinds of things, I thought I would go through a lot of that just for fun. For those of you who maybe aren't as familiar with Teresa Wentzler, or maybe those of you who are familiar with Teresa Wentzler and still want to look at it all anyway, because that would be me. Yeah, well, I'm just going to show you everything I got. How's that sound? I don't know the best way to, God, there's so much. Okay, so this is the issue. So this is the bin. This has been my Teresa Wentzler bin in my bedroom for like 14 years. The problem is, so this sits on a bookshelf. This bin no longer contains. So I had like this and then this huge stack on top. You like can't see out the window. So, yeah, that's so my hope is to put like 3-ish Teresa Wentzlers that are more actively worked on in this bin. And then all the other Teresa Wentzlers more packed away in a plastic storage container in my basement with a dehumidifier to keep them safe. And I can get to them easily. So anyway, that's what we're gonna work on. I'm trying to figure out how I'm even gonna reach everything, like to even film this video. I should have thought this out better ahead of time. All right. It's not just me, right? Okay. Let's start with this one. I don't even know what's in each of the... I know what this one is. Okay. So, in this bag, I can't remember when I filmed last and what I've even shown. I feel like I did talk about this. Okay, so this is Camelot Sampler, which is a relatively new start, and this is one I'm going to keep out. So this is an over one scene. Oh, it's so good. I'm having so much fun stitching this. I'm even having fun stitching the over one. It's one strand, full cross. This is a 28 count Lugana. Nope, Monaco. It's actually not a super huge Teresa Wentzler. Here, I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. Let me find the right page. So it comes out of this book. So there's an individual pamphlet with Camelot Sampler. I don't know if it was ever made into a kit. And then it's in the Best of Teresa Wentzler Sampler Collection book. I can find it. And I'm going to do a full flip through this book later for you. But there's the Camelot Sampler. It's so pretty. So I've started like this night. So I just started this recently. I'm having so much fun with it though. If I get killed by my pile of WIPs falling on me, just know I love you all. So, oh, I hope I'm safe. I used to worry about that with my kids. My stacks used to be a lot shorter because I didn't want my kids getting hurt if something fell or collapsed. I gotta get my bag in the... Oh my goodness, this isn't working. There we go. Okay, so I get a lot of questions about how I do my Teresa Wentzlers. So this is one that I kitted up myself. So it's fine. I have each of the DMC in its own floss away bag. I am most of the time a floss away bag person. When people ask like how I handle the blends, I don't have a problem handling the blends, because what I do is I take like the two strands, I put them together, and I stitch it until I'm done with that blend. Sorry if you can hear my kids. Again, we're all home today. So I never have like a leftover blend that I have to put away, because I just use them up. Like I stitch until that strand's done. So yeah, that's how I do it. Floss away bags. So this design also uses, some of the instructions are confusing me, and I mean, I'll figure something out. But, so this design part of it calls for this pearl cotton. It's a number 12, I think. Yes. Number 12 pearl cotton, which is the thinnest pearl cotton I think that they make. It looks a little bit better on screen, to be honest with you. Let me see if I can pull one strand. Oh, it doesn't look bad. Okay. I'm using a fabric that's a little bit darker, like it has a little more yellowy, like it's pretty antique kind of white. And so I wasn't sure, I'm feeling better about maybe using this now. The lighter color that the model stitched on matches the ecru. Nope, it's 712. This is used to add like some textural stitching or some back stitching or something. Again, I'm a little confused on the instructions for that, but I'll figure something out. When I ordered the 712, I also ordered 503 and 504 pearl cotton because I might end up using one of those to do those like textural stitches instead. I'll try to show you what I'm talking about. Flip through. I love these books. You can find these books on the secondary market pretty easily. Some of them are more expensive, but okay, so I think it's like along, is it along the edges here? Yeah, you can't like even see it. There's like a layer of stitches inside this like knotwork border. That's the pearl cotton. It might be in other places too. Anyway, I might add a color there. I'm not sure. But I have some stuff to work with. It'll probably be years before I get to that point. But I'm having a blast stitching this so far. It's going really fast. It's just been really enjoyable. So I was stitching on this some before the retreat. I started it and then just like couldn't put it down. So this is going to stay out as a like active WIP. Okay, this one I know is not. So I inherited. I bought this WIP online, and it's definitely satisfying to pick up and work on sometimes. It's mostly done. I know I've talked about it here before. It was like glued to a like poster board. It was a mess. But other than the back stitching and a few like random missed stitches here and there, the carousel horse is done. And so I'm working on back stitching the carousel horse, and the corners all need varying degrees of work. Although they're some of them at least are pretty complete. And this is on Aida, so yes, you can stitch a Teresa Wentzler on Aida. This is the spring carousel horse. So this will get done eventually, but I'm gonna pack it away for now. Trying to figure out the best way to do this. Okay, this is one I want to keep out because when I do finish Princess and the Dragon, I still have hopes of finishing it by the end of the year. I might not now because I haven't worked on it in like a month. But if it does go into 2025, hopefully it won't by very much. I'll show you that one next. Anyway, so this is, I should show you the chart first. This is Woodland Fairy. I'm stitching it from a kit. This is my all-time favorite Teresa Wentzler. And this is going to be my Teresa Wentzler focus when Princess and the Dragon is done. But it does require a great deal of focus. This is on a 28 count, I think, antique, well, is it 28 or 32? I think it's 32 count. Antique white, maybe 28, I don't know, one or the other. Antique white linen. I love this piece. But you can see I don't actually have that much done compared to the size of the piece. But this is definitely like one of my favorite pieces of all time. It's actually the piece that really drew me to cross stitching the most, that I was like, I have to be a cross stitcher because that needs to, I need to make that. So this is going to start getting a lot more attention, hopefully here soon as Princess and the Dragon is done. So that is going to go in my bin. This just stay in my bedroom. Okay, next is Princess and the Dragon. If you watch me often, you will have seen this, especially lately, because I've been not entirely monogamous on it, but this has been taking like 90% of my stitching time lately. I haven't seen it in a month. I can't even unfold it. There we go. Here's Princess and the Dragon. So, progress. It's so good. Oh my gosh, she's so good. So this I hope to be done with pretty soon. Recently I've been picking like the highest color here and then like working it down wherever it goes. And I did some like in the ground and the grass. I probably should get back to the border soon, but the top, not the whole top, the border over to like here or something is all done. And I think all the way down to the turning the corner is done on this side. So I haven't like kept the whole border to the end. Well, there's also flowers that go in there, but they're beads, so I can't do them yet. I started some of the back stitching, like in the wings. So, God, she's so beautiful. Okay. So this is a definite stay out. So far in my keep out pile, because I only want to have a few, have Princess and the Dragon, Camelot Sampler, and Woodland Fairy. You guys got to keep me honest. I can't keep too many more. Like one more maybe. Oh, this I haven't even started. Okay, I have. It would be very handy if I had the books here. This is ridiculous, all the stuff I have. Wait, where is it? Oh, because it's on the cover. Okay. Fantasy? Nope. The castle. The castle. This one's called the Castle. So I actually bought a completely stitched version of this, but I had kitted it up to stitch on, is it Haunted by Picture This Plus? I've seen it stitched on a dark fabric and it's just so good. Stitched on black is amazing. I'm mostly out of my stitching on black phase of my life, but I thought this would look incredible. So I haven't even started it yet, but it's like kitted up and ready to go. I've got the floss. It's Whip It Up project bag. So it's just gonna sit here and wait for me to be ready to work on it. So much. I gotta have like a strategy for going about this. It's gonna involve throwing stuff on the floor. Oh, I was going to mention, so this is one of those Paco organizers. So for a while there, so the idea is you put like the symbol in all of these and then you keep like a threaded needle in like with the symbol it goes to. I've heard a lot of people really like using this for stitching a Teresa Wentzler because you can thread a needle with your blend and just keep them all in here. I just tend to finish my strands. So this didn't end up really being something that I actually started using one when I first started stitching Woodland Fairy. But then I was just kind of like, like I just don't feel like I need it. I'm happier just finishing my strands. So yeah, but I've heard a lot of people love using this. So if that's you, go for it. I even have the handy travel case for my Paco organizer. I just realized there's another Teresa Wentzler I didn't bring down. That's okay. What's in this one? This is another kit that I started. The Welcome Sampler. Nope, English Garden Welcome. It's just so pretty. Look at those floral, the rose border. Gosh, her stuff is just so pretty. It's so beautiful. I don't have, most of these I don't have that much done on, right? Like, that's it. This is, if it's not stitched on kit, it's probably stitched on kit fabric. Most of the kits came with Monaco, which I like. So yeah, I don't have that much done. Just a little bit. When I'm in the mood for a certain kind of beauty, I'll pull something out. Okay, I'm a little worried. Oh, I'm shaking you. I'm sorry. If you could see the mess. Oh, which one's this? Oh, Castle Sampler. Now this one, I think I should probably keep out. This should probably be my fourth. Because Castle Sampler is probably my next closest to being finished, even though it's not that close to being finished. Well, I don't know. I kind of lost some of my motivation for it. Again, it's not close to being finished, right? It's just closer than some of them. I've got, you know, large parts of the board like that, the skeleton, like that's the size of the piece. Although I need to finish the outer parts of the border down there. I filled in parts of it. I've started, some of the stitching's hard to see, but I've definitely started that castle scene in the middle. I feel like this one should be my number 4, but honestly, I don't think I want it to be. So I'm going to pack it away. I mean, I still love the piece and it'll still get done eventually, but like my heart is just not calling to me right now. So part of the reason I started this one and worked on it so much was because with all of the border situation happening, it was a relatively easy Teresa Wentzler. So it felt doable. Like it was early on, it was one that got a lot of attention from me before I really got into Princess and the Dragon. Because it felt more accessible than some of them. Okay, so this is from, it's an old insert from a Cross Stitch Collection magazine. There's like an article and stuff in here about Teresa Wentzler, and then they also have a copy of Rapunzel, which I love. So, and I started this not that long ago. It's on very stiff Monaco. I started it while I was watching Tangled with my daughter. I don't have very much done. Looks like I put one strand in here and then just started another strand up there. That's all I got. Very beautiful though. And it's all kitted up, all the floss and floss away bags. It's a lot easier to get the patterns back in the bags if I take the floss out first. This is one of Kathy's Posies bags. I love it. She takes a lot of like old embroidery and stuff and embellishes her bags with it. It's beautiful. Sorry if I'm shaking. Ooh, I am shaking you. I apologize. So this one is a kit of Noah's Ark. I work on this sometimes at retreats. I took it out at our retreat this year, our Autumn Lane retreat, and it just sat there on the table for like 2 days. I didn't touch it. I had a really hard time stitching at this year's retreat. Noah's Ark sampler, all these animals I think are over 1. But for whatever reason, I've been in like an over 1 mood lately. I don't know what that's all about. But I have been. So also, not a lot done. Just started on the border. Wonder how long this video is going to be. No idea. Okay, so this one, I started, so Maggie has this. She adopted a WIP from somebody else online. Hers, Maggie's, is like half done. Like the borders are done. Like not the inside scene, or I think the animals, or maybe some of the animals are, but like all this blue and stuff is done on the one that Maggie adopted. This is Fantasy Sampler. It's so beautiful. And I barely started it at the retreat. Like the goal was to start it. Maggie was going to start stitching, adding stitches to hers, and I was going to start mine. So there's my silly little silly little start on Fantasy Sampler. Now this one might stay up. This might be my number 4. No, you know what? I think I know what I want my number 4 to be. Okay, I'm going to leave this out for the moment. This is also a Kitschy Stitch bag that Maggie, her company, made. I love it. Gem and the Holograms. So, of course, Fantasy Sampler had to go in here. Look at this. Not scissor pull. Zipper pull. Okay, well, that's going to stay out for right now. What's next? Egyptian sampler. Okay, so I have like a thing for Egypt. I'm not gonna bore y'all with it now. What's this? Oh, I know what that is. I have a thing for Egypt. I've never been there. I hope to go one day. This is so beautiful. It's got a lot of over 1 in it. Some specialty stitches. I think I've barely started. This was started relatively recently when I was like, this is silly that I haven't started it. I need to start it. And that's all I got so far. But it started. And if it's started, it means I'm enjoying it and that I might finish it one day. Also, I love my Scarab Beetle from Clay by Kim. It's gorgeous. Okay. So much stuff. I'm gonna go to this one next. This is from a kit. It's the Guardian. I love this one. I mean, I love them all, but some of them just like sing to me more. This one might be the first one I started. I think, nope, second one I started because I started with Lynn Fairy and fell in over my head pretty fast. And then I think I started this one and also felt pretty in over my head. And then that's when I think I started the Castle Sampler because there's so much just like geometric border and whatnot on the Castle Sampler. I felt like I was going to have more success with that. But I love the Guardian. This is going to be so hard to decide what to like keep out. Oh, this one's actually got some progress. So I have those borders all fleshed out. So this is what I do sometimes. It looks like I kept my basting stitches in. Sorry, just making sure there wasn't a needle hanging. So just went up and down every 10 stitches so that then I can just stitch without counting. But yeah, I can't even see some of the stitches because it's kind of washed out. But there's a lot of, like, some of the stitches in the sky are half stitches, some are whole stitches, and so it gets kind of confusing kind of quickly. Oh, this is going to be so hard, guys. Oh, now, like, I have it out, I'm like, oh, I so want to work on the Guardian. What am I going to do? There's just so many of them. They're so good. If you guys have opinions, I'm very happy to hear them about which pieces I should like keep out to work on, or, you know, keep more available to work on. It's a mess. Ooh, my knees sore. Ooh. Things are falling. Okay. Which one's this? Oh, I've been working on this some in Zooms with Pam and Stitch in the Land of Good Enough. This is Romeo and Juliet. She does a fancy folk Zoom. This is on, I don't know what it's actually called, but it's like a light bluish gray Monaco. Very pretty. Again, not much done, but also like this is a pretty small Teresa Wentzler. Like that's not that big. I don't know. Felt like working on that recently. I love that, but that can go in the not now. And I think I think Fantasy Sampler can go in the not right now. Maggie and I are doing enough stitching together. That one can wait for right now. This is one that I just started here recently. What's it called? Tapestry Cat. It's just so pretty. There was one day that I was just like, I need those colors. It just, beautiful. And I can't have a cat anymore because my husband's very, very allergic, but I love cats. Again, not much done at all. I'm going to take the needle out of it now. So just some border. It's some of the inner border, and I'll know where to pick up next time because there's like a break in the border where, well, I can show you. I stitched over to there. So it'll be easy to, I generally don't have a problem figuring out where I was on things like this. Every once in a while. But for the most part, I really don't. So I'm not worried about that. I know for some people that's more annoying. Like, or some people get pretty annoyed by it. But I don't really mind. Celestial Dragon. I'd love to do this one for my husband. Although my husband appreciates all of my stitching. So, it's not like, I mean, he loves like my fancy ladies and everything too. So it's not like he's waiting around for me to do something just for him. This also doesn't have much done. I also am going to take the needle out of it. I don't like leaving needles and things if I'm not going to touch them for a while. And part of the reason I'm doing this is so that I can kind of pack some away. And there's my little tiny start. So not much done at all. That one can go away for a while. Okay, what's in here? Oh, I think this is Lady of Shalott. Where's my... Maybe it's not. Hold on. Oh! It's okay, I can get it. Which one is this? Oh, it's not Lady of Shalott. This, oh, I'm going to take the needle out of here too. Also not sure why I have a mermaid needle minder on this one. I'm going to take my mermaid needle minder off. Okay. This one's Fantasy Triptych. Let me find a good picture of it for you. Sarah, Stitch and Mommy, has a WIP of this, and I know I've seen it finished on Flosstube. I'm blanking on the woman's name who's done it, because I don't think she does Flosstube anymore. There's Fantasy Triptych. I love this one. I find, so this is part of the reason why I start so many, I find working on Teresa Wentzler's borders and like outlining a piece very relaxing. So yeah, not that much done, but I got it started. But this can definitely go in the pick it up another day pile. Is this one Lady of Shalott? I'm looking for Lady of Shalott because that is another all-time favorite. I have the photocopy in my bag, so where is it the photocopy? Yeah, it's a photocopy. I can't show you the photocopy. I know I have, you know, the original in here somewhere. It's going to be hard to find. Well, it's in the stack, though. All right, I'll show you what it's supposed to look like when we get there. I don't have very much done on this, but it is, it looks like I just have like a cornerstone started. So after Woodland Fairy, Lady of Shalott would be my next favorite. Hands down. So that's all I have started. I don't know. Do I leave this one out because it's such a favorite? Or do I put it away for a while so I can focus on some of the others? I don't know. I'm going to leave it out for right now. And we'll see what happens. This is the Christmas one. This is... I don't want to show the chart. This is from a kit. Father Winter. This is a lot of Teresa Wentzlers I have in like different formats. In like a pamphlet, in one of the books, maybe in a kit. So I know I have this one. It might even be in the Christmas book. Have I even started it? I don't know if I've started it. I put it all together. There's a needle in it. I got it out and put it together last Christmas when I was in a big Christmas mood. Have not started it yet. So this one I'm going to put in the not now bin. Okay, this one I don't think I have much done on. This is the Storyteller. I know Maggie Kitschy Whips has this as a whip as well, and I've seen other people working on it too. I feel like this is one I see relatively often. I really don't remember how much. If I haven't even started it. I'm pretty sure I had to wash my fabric. This is like an antique white linen because it got dirty before I even started it. And I just zigzag, like I did a really open zigzag on the edges. This was before I like had my serger up and running. That's fine. So this is definitely a not now. A not now piece. But it's all kitted and ready to go. So the Huga Stitcher, I don't get to watch much Flosstube anymore, so she might even be done with it by now. But this is one that she has been working on. Lily Maiden. It's so pretty. And hers is beautiful. Of course, they look way better in person. Or like seeing them really stitched up. This came out of a kit, and I did the floss drops thing with it. Though, to be honest with you, this is not how, this is the only Teresa Wentzler I've done with floss drops. Even when they come in kits, what I do is typically I label a floss away bag and just wrap the floss around my fingers and stick it in the floss away bag. But this one's on floss drops. But that's a not now. There's no fabric in there, is there? I must have wanted to replace the fabric and I just haven't done it yet. That wasn't enough of the chart to worry with. All right, the Fortunate Traveler. This is an all-time favorite as well. Definitely. Up there with Lady of Shalott and Woodland Fairy. This might be like number 3 if I had to rank them. It says, upon a dusty road one day, as sunlight slipped from sight, a traveler came face to face with nature's greatest fright. For a creature blocked the crossroads, most terrible, most odd. He'd never seen the like of it wherever his feet had trod. Yet now the creature trembled, it slowly raised its hand. I pray, sir, please don't eat me. I'm charged to guard this land. I'll join you, cried the dragon, and before the night was through, both man and mighty dragon discovered friendship true. And if I remember correctly, the verse was written by Jennifer Aikman Smith of Dragon Dreams, which is another favorite designer of mine and somebody that I used to stitch on a ton. So, anyway, I love this one. I have it kitted up. I don't know if this was kit fabric. Sometimes I replace the kit fabric with something else. Oh, look at it. I mean, that's some work that's gone into it. Oh, it's so good. So pretty. Look at the tiny letters over one. All right, well, I want to keep that one out too. I don't know, guys. I don't know if they're all going to fit in my bin. I do think having fewer of them out is going to help me focus. And I don't feel the need to be monogamous about it, but like less, let's say less slutty than I have been. not working on quite so many all at once. Oh, I'm gonna have to make decisions. Here's my floss for Fortunate Traveler. Okay. And here is just the floss for Enchanter. I mean, this floss has probably been in this bag for 20 years. Like years ago, I would go like to AC Moore when there was like a great sale or coupon and like buy the floss for them and keep them in like a Ziploc until it was time to start them. Okay. Aside from the ones that I forgot to bring down or that are at my cabin, those are all of my WIPs. So I keep 2 books in here, and I'll go through because I've got other copies of these. This is Teresa Wentzler's Fantasy Collection, volumes 1 and 2, and I keep them in my bin, so that I chopped a pattern, so that they're handy and I can use them whenever. These are also books that like I just lay in bed at night sometimes and go through and look at. I also in my bin have scissors and some needles and a pencil. This is old Fringe Supply Company. I have a couple of these. Fringe Supply Company is not around anymore, although you can find patterns to make this style of bag. It's a nice heavy canvas and a nice like box bag, and yeah, it just sits on my bookshelf. So I'm going to put my books back in here. I'm going to put, all right, I'm going to see if this stuff will fit. This is Woodland Fairy. It's going in here. Princess and the Dragon. It's going in here. I've already forgotten what's what. Oh, Camelot Sampler. You know what? I'm going to take the book out, though. The book for Camelot Sampler, I'm going to put with the other books. Camelot Sampler is going to go in here. Still have space. Fortunate Traveler is going to go in there. I'm trying to make as much fit as I can. And this is Lady of Shalott, right? Lady of Shalott. Lady of Shalott's going to go in there. I can fit the floss for Fortunate Traveler. What do you think? All right. And I'm going to cheat because Princess and the Dragon's almost done. I'm going to put Guardian on top. So it's only cheating by a little bit. So I've got Woodland Fairy, Princess and the Dragon, Lady of Shalott, Camelot Sampler. Oh, did I already say Fortunate Traveler? It's in here too. And then I'll put the Guardian on top. So that's more than like I wanted to or was planning, but they fit in my bin, which was my primary goal. So that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. That's not too bad. All right. So 6 Teresa Wentzlers that are going to stay out. Okay. Want to see everything else I have? The rest is stash. Put my hair back up. So, yeah, I'm having fun. I like going through other people's stash on Flosstube. I'm also I'm kind of moving how I organize things. I'm going to put my Teresa Wentzler kits in this big plastic bin as well. And I know I have a bunch of other small Teresa Wentzler kits, like the minis. For those of you who are interested in doing a Teresa Wentzler, but maybe not a huge one, there are a bunch of minis, and I'll show you those patterns when I get to them. And the kits are pretty easy to find on the secondary market. So I've got, I gave one to somebody or sold it or something, but I had 3 of these. I'm working on one. This is another one that I have because, of course, I have more than one. This is Peaceable Kingdom. I just have as a kit. It may have been published as a chart at some point, but It's not in any of the, like, best of books. I love the border. I love it so much. It's like a trellis. This is Fruit Bell Pull. That's just the full kit. It's got everything in it. Peacock Tapestry. Yes. So this might be her most popular, but it's also extremely complex. All these leaves, and I haven't stitched it, but it's, from what I understand, like, some of these are 2 strands, some are 1, some are 3, like, all, it's just, and tons of fractionals. I actually have this, I bought one fully stitched. It's already hanging on my wall, but I feel like this is the one I see more than any of the others. It's really, really popular. It's just, it's amazing what she is able to do with just floss. Rose Tree and Bloom. Oh, so I was going to mention too, this kit comes with Ada. I was going to mention, some of the kits have hand-drawn charts, and some of the pamphlets that you get still are hand-drawn charts. So just be aware of that. If you really hate hand-drawn charts, well, you can always ask me if you're looking to buy one and you want to make sure you avoid hand-drawn charts. But some of them may have been released it has hand-drawn initially, and then at some point came out as computer generated. So, or like a computer chart. I don't mean to be like it was scanned and automatically done. Okay. Charts. And this isn't all of them. So I know, like, Princess and the Dragon is in a book, and I'm blanking on the name of the book, but I don't have the book in here with me. I do own it, but I don't have it in here with me. So here's a chart for Camelot Sampler. So Camelot Sampler is in the Sampler Collection book, the Best of Teresa Wentzler Sampler Collections. You can see kind of a close-up on the back. So beautiful. And I actually bought this in part to see if it would answer my questions. Like I said, there's a part that I was like, I don't know, it does not making sense to me. There is more information in this pamphlet that I think is going to lead me down the right path. It names what the stitch is supposed to be. And so I think I can Google that stitch and make it work. But I've got pamphlet of Camelot Sampler. What's this one? Oh, I just got this. I didn't know this one existed until recently. Diamonds and Squares. And I want to make that, which is just the center portion of this. It's like a Teresa Wentzler chatelaine hybrid, but pretty simple and not super huge. It's only 128 by 128. Not all Teresa Wentzlers are huge. They just have a lot of blends and a lot of fractionals. What just fell out of this magazine? Oh, somebody sent me buttons with my eBay purchase. All right. I gotta flip through this. So this has something Teresa Wentzler in it. Give me a moment. She did used to publish a bunch of designs in magazines. There's some designs that I think that's the only way you can get them. Oh, this has Gabriel in it. Look how beautiful that is. There's just, man, there's nothing like a Teresa Wentzler. It's just so beautiful. All right. There's something in here. It looks like, all right. Give me a moment. Get to the right charts. I love old cross-stitch magazines too. They don't even need to have a Teresa Wentzler in them. Maybe the table of contents will help. It's not helping. Oh, I see where it is. I know which one it is. It's the Dutch Hearts. There's like a whole Teresa Wentzler like sales ad thing in here. So here it is. Pennsylvania Dutch Harp. That's really small. 69 by 92. So beautiful. Very Teresa Wentzler, but on a small scale. I'm not going to flip through. This is Teresa Wentzler Tea Party. So a lot of her designs, that might not be Hardinger. That might just be eyelets. Or it might be Hardinger. No, that's Hardinger. So there are a lot of Teresa Wentzlers with Hardinger in them, which I've never done, but I will one day. So there's Hardinger in the corners. And in some of this. Some of those are eyelets, but some of it's Hardinger. Wouldn't you love to have a teapot like that? That's just beautiful. Oh, and cupcakes. Oh, so pretty. I'm hoping I'm enabling you. I'm hoping that you guys will see something today that you love and are like, oh, I need to stitch that. If you have any questions, please tell me. I'm flipping through another magazine that has Teresa Wentzler in it. Has her schoolhouse design. At least it's supposed to. Let's see, table of contents. It doesn't seem right. Oh, there it is. I hope there's a picture of it. Yes, there is. Okay. This is Teresa Wentzler Schoolhouse. Absolutely, because I used to be a teacher. Absolutely need to stitch that at some point. It's so detailed and beautiful. Not very big, but extremely beautiful. Under the Evergreen, also not very large. This is a hand-drawn chart. It's 168 by 132, so not super big. Look how detailed that is. It's beautiful. And I think some of these designs, like, people just don't even know they exist, you know? So here's, and yeah, so I have a couple copies of the fantasy books because one I kind of keep in my collection nice, and the other one I just work from. I find they're difficult to make photocopies out of. Some of them, the charts are like way into the binding. And there's not enough binding, I think, to work with to have somebody like go rebind it, like spiral bound, because you're going to lose some of the chart that way. So I just let one copy of my books get all messy and junky, and then I keep the other one really nice. So they each have 10 designs in them, but some of them have, there's actually more than that because one design is a pair of minis. So this has Castle Sampler, nope, not Castle Sampler, The Guardian, Fantasy Triptych, Celestial Dragon. So these are some of the minis. There's like a mini peacock, a mini unicorn. This I also have as a whip. It's in my purse. I'm not going to go get it right now. I think this one's above the clouds, or is this, one of these is above the clouds. This I have as a whip at my cabin. Mermaid, which I also have kitted up somewhere. Where's that one? Somewhere in my house. I have this as a kit and like broken down and organized and ready to go. The Enchanter, which was highly sought after until this book was published. People were like going crazy trying to find this one. And then The Storyteller. Organized. So this was the first fantasy collection. It's just fantasy collection. I don't know that they knew at the time that there was going to be a number 2. The Carousel, this was a gift to me, so I have that fully stitched. Castle Sampler, Midnight Ride, I believe. Also, that is the Teresa Wentzler whip that I lost. I lost it. I think I left it at a hotel room in Macon, Georgia, almost 20 years ago when I was there for work. Luckily I didn't have much done on it, but I had a beautiful silk weaver fabric that it was on, and like just the expense of all the floss and everything. Yeah. Left it at a hotel. Which one's day and which one's night? This is night and day, which I would love to stitch. This is Rapunzel. What's the name of, okay, we're gonna go over here. Pegasus, which my mom stitched for my daughter. Stroke of Midnight, which I bought fully stitched. What is the name of that one? And then the Castle. That's gonna drive me nuts, not remembering what the name of that. Whoop, here it is. Oh, just Unicorn. And I actually bought that fully stitched too. I haven't decided exactly how to finish it or what to do with it yet. I think I'm probably going to turn it into a pillow. So this was like, this book was like my stitching Bible when I first started. I mean, they sold this at like big box craft stores. I got one at AC Moore and just poured over it for years. I mean, this was like, if all I ever did in my stitching life, and this is before I knew like Mirabilia existed or anything like that, but like if this is all that I accomplished in my stitching life was stitching the pieces from here, I would be happy. I just love Teresa Wentzler so much. She's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I got another one. Sampler collection. So this is my like keep it nice copy, and I actually only recently got a second copy of this when I started stitching Camelot sampler. This is like an autumn, I don't remember the name of it. I'm not gonna remember the names of most of these as well. Here, I'll go through the pictures. Harvest sampler. And I got my second copy for like 30 bucks. Like they're out there. They're not that expensive. Camelot sampler. There's a lot of over one stitching in it. I just think it's so unique and gorgeous. And how interesting the way they did that framing. I honestly can't decide if I'd want to do it that way or not, but it's very interesting. Fantasy sampler. Was it English Cottage sampler? I've seen this one. Finished some. English Garden sampler. Stitch and Mommy has this as a WIP. I think she's just doing the top scene, if I remember correctly. Birth announcement. That's like the sort of thing like your first child would get. There's no way. Like child number 2 or 3, we'd have time to do that. Christmas sampler. So pretty. Wedding sampler. Oh, so stunning. Can you imagine the work? You can either stitch this or you can actually plan your wedding, basically. And there's specialty stitches in there. I can see eyelets, satin stitches. It's so pretty. And heart sampler. This definitely has heart hanger in it. You can see like the blue fabric that they've mounted behind. I guess you probably always do that. You like mount fabric behind your piece with heart hanger because it's going to show through, I guess. Look at how beautiful that. So that looks like maybe, well, I don't know. I guess it's heart hanger because they've cut threads. It's so beautiful. Is that all of them? Yep, that's all of them. So that's a sampler collection. There's also a Christmas collection. To my knowledge, there's just the 4 collection books. Fantasy Collection, Fantasy Collection Volume 2, Sampler Collection, and Christmas Collection. And I'll have to go through this too because I don't know the names of all of these as well as I do the fantasy. Oh, there's Angel Procession. I've never seen anyone even work on this. These women, the figures are beautiful. I love the blue in the border. I feel like her fantasy pieces get a lot more of the attention. Gabriel, which I have in that magazine as well. Nativity. I know I've seen Nativity stitched before, like, you know, on Instagram or something, but I can't think of where. Angel of Frost, I would love to do. Her Christmas designs are beautiful. I wish they got more attention. Companions, I love the way she does, like, Santa figures. Father Winter, this is the one I have kitted up. I haven't started it yet. Byzantine ornaments. If you're looking for a quick Teresa Wentzler. Those are beautiful. Christmas wreath. I'm hoping a bunch of you are going to run out and either start things or order things from eBay because winter carousel horse. They're just so beautiful. Oh, there's like these fancy snowflakes in the corners that match the saddle. It's beautiful. And Winter Fairy. The carousel and horse and this fairy were part of sets, but just the winter versions appear in the book. Okay. My throat's getting dry. What time is it? Oh, so I debated doing this with a normal Flosstube update, but I'm looking at the timer and I think it's a good idea or a good thing that I decided to do this as a separate video. I'm going to keep flipping through what I have. Oh, look. See, there's going to be so many duplicates. Lily Maiden. I have the kit. I also have just the chart. This is the magazine. I think I have 2 of them. Do I have 3 of them? Jeez. This is ridiculous. This is the magazine that Dragon Ride is in. As far as I know, it was only ever published in this magazine. I could be wrong about that. Let's see if there's like a bigger picture. The chart itself in the magazine is like tiny, like not easy to read. Sarah Stitch and Mommy has finished this. You know, there's not a great picture of it in here either. But Sarah's is beautiful. It's got pictures of a bunch of hers. As far as I know, I believe Teresa Wentzler stitched like as she designed. So she stitched all of these, which I think is amazing. Woodland Fairy. This is, I have the chart with my kitted up one as well. But I've got the individual chart. Shepherding Companions is another Teresa Wentzler. And they're so cute. And these are small. They're really small. 72 by 72 and 56 by 66. I've got a chart of Egyptian Sampler. Woodland Angel Stocking. So when things used to go on clearance, I just would have a hard time leaving things behind. Like I always felt like I needed to leave the store with something. I've got some freebies here that I can't show you because even though they're free, they're still under copyright. Castles by the Sea. What does it say? Golden days of sun and laughter, carefree, perfect ever after. Young and full of dreams were we, building castles by the sea. It's beautiful. Look at the knotwork. That's beautiful. So 4 Seasons Fairies. These are available as a pamphlet with all 4 of them in it. I'm assuming that's summer, fall, winter, and spring. These are nice computer generated charts. They're really pretty. I'm going to show you a close-up picture of one of them. How gorgeous that is. God, And the borders are just so good. How it just seems to pop off the fabric. Love her stuff. Here's the magazine that had Lily Maiden in it. Oh, look, I've got another copy of the Four Season Fairies pamphlet. Pamphlet of, wait, which one is this? English Cottage Sampler. Peacock Tapestry. This is also, so the kit and this pamphlet are hand-drawn charts, which are totally readable and totally doable. But for most of us, right, it takes our brain a little more time to adjust and read those. So I know some people like to avoid them. Father Winter. Millennium. This is beautiful. I've actually considered getting the kit lately just because the kit's so convenient to stitch from. It's really beautiful. Personally, I would change the quote at the bottom, but it's just so lovely. Celestial Dragon chart. So Teresa Wentzler used to do this thing with Karen Weaver of Black Swan and Jennifer Aikman-Smith of Dragon Dreams, where they would do these, like this group of 3 that would go together. So this is Sowing Seeds. Teresa did the love. So there's friendship, hope, and love. It says love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. That's Teresa's. Trade Winds. This is one I have as a WIP at my cabin. I've got 2 copies of Floral Bell Pull. That's really pretty. Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet. This is how, is this going to show you? No. So I know I have another copy of this as well. The cover picture on some of them, like the color difference is really stark. Brilliant Plumage. How big is this one? I don't know. Where is it going to say? 160 by 160. So not super big. I never see anybody with this one. Just close up with some of the stitching corner. Lady of Shalott. Oh, this is, so this is what I was showing you earlier because I just have the photocopy in my project bag. So this is one of my all-time favorite Teresa Wentzler's. It's just beyond stunning to me. I love it so much. I love that she's sitting there working on needlework. It's so good. So this is one of the booklets of the Petites. What are they called? Peacock Majesty. So this booklet has Peacock Majesty and Gentle Creature in it. Here's Fantasy Sampler as a pamphlet. So some of hers, this one's hand-drawn. This is just like one big piece of cardstock that's folded up. I do find sometimes having the different versions of the Teresa Wentzler's is actually helpful because there's so many instructions in them that sometimes there's mistakes. And sometimes something you can't find in one version, you can find in a different version. So there are some legitimate reasons. This is going to have to be odd how I do this. So this one is from a magazine. It's Playful Kittens. I'm not sure which magazine it's from. This is one where somebody just, did they send me the whole magazine? Hold on. It's in like a sleeve. I do have the whole magazine. It's just been like folded to show me just the Playful Kittens. This is the magazine it's from. Country Stitch, November, December 1989. It's really cute. It's a hand-drawn chart. Oh, the carousel horses for all seasons. So this has all 4 of them in. So on the cover is summer, and then spring, winter, and fall. And beautiful. I know those are a favorite of people. Here's another one, The Fortunate Traveler. I remember clearly when these went on clearance, and I like couldn't leave the store without something Teresa Wentzler. This is, I know what this is. Okay, so I bought just the chart from an enchanter kit. So this chart, I've heard, has some real issues in the Fantasy Collection Volume 2. And certainly some of the, if you look in the Fantasy Collection Volume 2, like you can use all the charts, but some of them are a lot harder to read. Some of the lines are like really thick. There's just, and the symbols are tiny, but some of the like grid lines are really thick. I went ahead when I saw this as just a chart from the kit, went ahead and ordered it, and just like even at a glance, it's like way more readable and easier to read and decipher than the chart in the Fantasy Collection Volume 2 book. Here's 2 more of the petites. I'm looking because, yeah, they're called Castle Ridge. This is Castle Ridge and Above the Clouds. I actually have the kit for that one too, knocking around here somewhere. So these petites are also good options if you want to do something but you want to do something small. I'm almost done. This isn't bad. Treetop Sampler, which honestly I will probably never stitch. Part of me would love to stitch it for my mother-in-law, but I stitch lots of and make lots of things for her, and I don't think this is high enough on the list that it's likely to get done. I'm almost done. I have this, so back when my stash was small, I kept everything in a binder. So this is my binder from like my early stitching days. It's got a lot of Dragon Dreams in it. At the front. It's got another copy of Fortunate Traveler. Oh, the Minstrel. Because I think this is my only copy of the Minstrel. That's a really good one. That dragon seems particularly lifelike. His face. Look at how good that is. You know what? I think I might have a kit of the Minstrel at my cabin. Don't quote me on that. I also, so this was after Teresa, this is when, so Teresa Wentzler, for a long time, Leisure Arts published a lot of her designs, and then she started self-publishing, and so this is a format that she published herself. So I have another Princess and the Dragon as just the chart, and here's that tea seam that I had in some other format. Autumn Fairy I have is just the pamphlet. All right, so remember I said that she designed some things with Jennifer Aikman Smith and of Dragon Dreams and Black Swan Designs, Karen Weaver of Black Swan. So I have those charts. So this is Legends of the Dragons. And I mean, you can tell based on their style. So that's Teresa Wentzler, and that's Dragon Dreams, and that's Black Swan. I'm confident I have that right. Look at how beautiful that is. And I would love to stitch all 3 together someday. It's so good. And then she did Legends of the Spellcasters. Look at that. That's a Teresa Wentzler. How good is that? So I'm trying to decide. Yeah. So this is Black Swan. That's Teresa Wentzler. And that's Dragon Dreams. Look at how good he is. He's like tiny. And look at how good. That needs to be stitched one day. I won't say it's one of my prized possessions, but it's pretty close. I think that's it. I have a bunch of her freebies printed out in here, which again, I can't show you. Just because something's free doesn't mean that it's no longer under copyright. I mean, I've got a bunch of like interesting and fun stuff in here, but no more Teresa Wentzler. So that's it. That's my Teresa Wentzler stash, or at least most of my Teresa Wentzler stash that I could somewhat easily put my hands on. I hope you enjoyed going through my Teresa Wentzlers with me. I had fun. I hope you had fun. I guess let me know if you have any questions. Tell me what Teresa Wentzlers you've stitched or want to stitch or really like or whatever. Just talk about Teresa Wentzler with me because I love her designs. I hope you guys are having a good stitchy, you know, weekend, long weekend for me at least. And yeah, keep stitching, enjoy yourself, and I'll see you guys back here soon. Bye.